Hello, welcome to a VOD review. We got a roughly gold level match on Dorado. I've never seen this video before, so I'll be commenting in real time. Alright, great, let's get into it. I don't know what the comp is, so we'll see if we can figure that out.
Attack commencing. Escort the
So you got a Reinhardt, a Zarya.
enemy contact.
Drop your shield, Ryan.
Cool, I like that you're taking a different route from your teammates. You're separating from them and looking for a flank. This is great. Let's hope that you continue. Cool, I like this. Good, I like that you're going for this route. This is excellent. So I already want to commend you. I've done a lot of reviews today with flankers, and they don't flank. So I'm really happy that you're already doing this. This is an excellent position. I will say this, though. You didn't really respect that Mei. You got a little too close. I would have liked if you, right here, I would have liked for you to go around this cactus and poke from there, because right here you're way too close because you didn't respect that Mei. That being said, I like that you did a quick swift strike away. So you realized you made a mistake and you bailed. So I'm already liking your gameplay. It's great. Okay, so you got a Mercy. Okay. Cool. I would try to go to finish this diva, actually. I would start reloading now. In fact, I would have liked if you started reloading. Okay, as soon as you heard that, you need to start reloading. So now it's going to be a bit harder to finish off that diva, and your Mercy just died. Okay. Actually, did the diva go to the second floor? Did she manage to jump up there? She might have. Okay, so target prioritization. Since in the shuffle I kind of lost where diva went, now you can just reprioritize to that Mercy. Oh, you got a headshot on that soldier, and I think you were like, oh man, I can almost kill him, but that's almost never a good idea. Just go for the Mercy. It's gonna be so much easier. Oh man, this soldier is really bad. Okay. I like that reflect. Good, you're going back to the Mercy. Okay, so now you're just joining your team, and this is okay because it's a 2v1 or 1v2 rather. So I like that you're bailing from the fight because it's gonna be a hard fight to win, even though that soldier's not that great. Okay, but you need to still pressure them. So I wouldn't quite turn my back on the soldier and Mercy quite yet. I would still be trying to posture and pressuring them back.
Mercy's on the left.
Okay, good. Actually, where did the soldier go? Did he die? I don't think so. So he's probably still behind you.
Mercy's on the left.
Right? Okay, you need to be careful. You're not respecting... You're in the midst of their team and you're not respecting their damage, so I don't like that.
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
Cool. Oh, okay, their soldier just killed... your soldier just killed their soldier. That's great. Cool. Good aim. Reflect. You use that reflect. Gotta use that reflect. You weren't respecting their damage enough. May got that killing blow on you. So, okay, so like what I was saying earlier, you were doing a good job of looking to separate from your team and going for flanking routes. And since then, you haven't done that once. So like right now, I would like for you to either take the flanking route here, like this flanking route, this one, and then go in that way, or the one that's to the right of you, that ledge that people like to go. Either are okay. Alternatively, you could stay on the cart, but then I'm just going to yell at you because... Sorry. You could stay on the cart, right, and just push here, but I don't like Genji players to do that because if you're doing that, you might as well just be playing soldier. Alternatively, you could go up this ledge and wreak some havoc there, but I don't like that very much. It's an okay play. Like, if we're going to rank these, staying on the cart, like what you're doing now, and just throwing shurikens, that's the worst play. The next best play is to go up here and do some damage onto their team. The actual good plays is to flank. Right here, these routes. You want to do these routes. Trust me. That will, just based on your mechanics and aim, I would rate, and like your fighting decisions, I would put you at like maybe like a platinum level. But if you were to flank more, I guarantee you could probably just hit diamond just like in a few weeks if you just practiced it. Just because I can tell that you have some talent here. So I think you just need to work on flanking more. And just maybe a little bit more on like respecting your teammates with reflect. I feel like twice I've seen you not use reflect when you probably should have. All right, cool. Okay, I guess you're gonna dragon. No, okay, you're not gonna dragon blade. Okay. Yeah. Oh no, you wanna go the other way? Oh, okay, good. Use swift strike. Okay, great. Okay, so okay, actually, I like this dragon blade. This is good. I'm okay with this. Right now, your fighting style. So again, I'm gonna commend you on your ability to fight. Like I think you're a pretty good just brawler. Your aim's pretty decent. I like your use of Swift Strike for the most part. I'm not so happy with your use of deflecting, or reflector. No, it's called deflect. But in general, I feel like you're just not respecting your opponents enough, and you're taking fights. You're a little too quick to take fights. I want you to be, again, if you're flanking more, you're gonna get way better fights. You're gonna just be way more productive with your fights if you flank more. And with your skill level, I think you'll be cleaning up fights like nobody's business if you just flank. I think you have like the raw skill to back up the more tactical type of fighting. In addition to maybe a little bit better use of reflect, and just in general, I want you to respect your opponent's damage more, because I feel like you're not. You're taking pretty much every fight you see, and that's not always the case of what you want to do. So this is exactly the kind of flank that I want to see. Except that what I wanted you to do.
My ultimate is charging.
So like right here, I would like for you to get a little bit closer and get a really meaty right click in, like a really like all 3 shurikens in her, and then you go for maybe one more, and then a right click, or a swift strike and a melee, and that will kill her. And when you get better at this flanking business, you're going to see more opportunities like this where you catch someone off guard, you get one quick kill, and then you immediately start on someone else. And at that point, the fight, maybe like 80% of the time, is probably already won if you timed it correctly. Because sometimes you'll flank and you'll get like a kill, but it might be a meaningless kill because maybe your whole team just died already. So you'll get better with this, with the timing and the flanking and the whatnot. So cool.
No. Enemy contact.
Helden sterben nicht.
Yeah, so okay, so I feel like your aiming has just, in that particular instance, your aim wasn't very good. But again, if you had just gotten a little bit closer for that really quick, meaty right click, you could have gone for a follow-up right click, swift strike melee, and she's probably dead. Alternatively, you could do a really meaty right click to open, and then swift strike melee, and then she'd probably be at so little health that you could just finish with like another melee or a shuriken. Or if your initial right click got a headshot, I think that's enough damage, right? To 78. No, actually that's not. Even if you got the headshot, one headshot, that actually wouldn't be enough. So anyways, cool. The math, whatever. So yeah. All right. Do you got a res? No, I don't think so.
Target.
Okay, so you're waiting. You know, I think, yeah, I would like you to be a little bit more aggressive here. You could potentially, what I've liked for you to do here is actually to posture, to get a little bit closer, to kind of scope out who's available and see if you could just clean up the fight with a Dragon Blade. I've seen Genjis do that before. It probably wasn't a good idea. Like, it probably would not be a good idea to do that, but you never know. Sometimes you see an opportunity just based on the way they're clumped or spread out, that you could get like 2 or 3 quick kills and then save this fight. But what you did is okay. You know, it's not the end of the world. I think it's okay in this situation. Just wait for teammates. So kudos there.
Turn it up.
Fall back.
Join me.
Heals.
Cool. So you're waiting for your team. That's great. But right now you're kind of wasting precious time where you could be setting up for a flank. So again, I know I'm beating a dead horse, but you could go into this room, get really deep towards their spawn, and then flank from behind. You could also go, you know, to the right and go for that flank. But based on where you are now, I would actually elect to go this route.
Let's wait for our other healer, please.
So again,
My ultimate
I want you to be
is
flanking.
The payload is stopped.
So right now you're
Okay, should we together have res?
you're basically just like you're kind of just cosplaying as Soldier right now. Yeah. Okay, cool. So I like that you're flanking here already. You're a bit slow to the party, but it's okay.
Genji, you're too far for heal.
No, I would have preferred if you had stayed there. I think your teammate asked for you to come back, but instead what you should have done was gone for the health pack, and then just gone up that room, or like we talked about earlier, just literally get behind your opponents. And actually, I want to commend that Diva player. I did a video on contesting flanks, and I want to commend her on pushing you back, because a lot of times people just give up those flanks for free, and a really good player will not let flankers do their job. So I want to commend her on dissuading you from continuing that flank. So yeah, just kind of the flip side of that. So that Diva did a really good job.
My ultimate is charged.
So, okay. I don't mind those kinds of Dragon Blades, but again, your Dragon Blade probably would have been even better if you had started from behind your opponents. Like, you could have gotten like a right-click Swift Strike into Genji, or sorry, actually probably a left-click Swift Strike into Mercy from far away, and then bust out your Dragon Blade, clean up the fight, kill her, and then clean up more of the fight. Instead, what you did is you Dragon Blade like from the front line, like you Swift Strike Dragon Blade from the front line, and you're way more likely to take damage and die that way. In fact, I think. Let's go back really quick. I think you did take damage when you started that. It's like right there. Right here, you can already see. Look at how much damage you took. You took 120, you're 127, now you're 97, now you're 67. So imagine if you're at this point of the fight, except you have 200 health. And think about how much easier it would have been to clean up this fight had that been the case. Whoops.
Oh.
Okay, so let's talk flanking routes here. Let's see. Do we get an angle? No, we don't. Actually, I don't really like this flanking route. The flanking routes I would prefer is the one above you, but the one I like more is the one that's on this side, and you can actually get behind your opponents here. So really, I want you to think about. I want you to use your maps more, or sorry, your map. Your space more in all of these maps. Like, I don't care if it's Dorado, if it's Eichenwald, whatever. These maps are designed in such a way where there's always multiple routes to attack your opponents. And as Genji, they're all available to you. So I really want you to start thinking about these maps in those terms. And I guarantee, like I said, your skill level, I think mechanically you're probably like maybe low diamond, high platinum. And if you use these flanking routes more, you'll easily be like mid diamond. So cool.
Someone get this junk out.
I've got you in my sights.
Yeah, so really quick. So this is the route I was talking about. You go into this room right here, and then there's like this ledge that Genji can climb, and then you're back here. Cool. So that's a really good one.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I think I've seen enough of your gameplay to wrap up my commentary. Number one thing, flank more. Cool. And when you started the match, you did a pretty good flank. So kind of use that as a foundation to kind of compare the rest of your flanks. Like, that was a pretty decent one. I give that like a B or a B+. Because ultimately what you want to do is get behind your opponents. As Genji and Tracer, you can do really, really hard flanking. You can literally get behind your opponents. Whereas if you're like a soldier, I would recommend soft flanks where you're kind of on the sides. Okay, so enough about that. But that's number one important thing. Number two, I want you to improve your reflex or deflects. The advice I would give you is to maybe, I don't want to say use it more, because a really good Genji player uses it at like the right moments. Because if you use it, if you're too liberal with your reflex, you're going to not have it in the times when you actually need it. So I don't want to say necessarily use it more. What I want to say is maybe just don't be afraid to use it. Like, there's times where you were a little bit scared, it looked like, to burn it. And yeah, so that's all I will say about that. Your swift striking seems to be on point. Your left clicks and your right clicks are pretty damn good. I would say that's your strong suit. Your Dragon Blades have been okay. That maneuver you did where you did a swift strike up and Dragon Blade into the fight. I generally only like that if there's a nano boost to accompany it. Otherwise, I would much prefer you start your Dragon Blades from behind your opponents like we talked about earlier. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I think I think as a player you are en route to improve and climb. I think you have a lot of potential to go up. It's just a matter of refining your gameplay. So so kudos to you. All right, great, cool. Hope this video was helpful. Where is my cursor? All right, cool.